Okay, good evening, guys. Today's session will be on decorators. Decorator. What is a decorator? So, in Python, these decorators are one of the most helpful and most powerful tools of Python. Okay, these are used to modify the behavior of the function. These are used to decorators. So, these are used to modify the behavior of the function. Okay, sorry. So, it is mainly used to modify the behavior of the function. Let's say you have a function. If you want to change the behavior of that particular function, you use decorators. Okay, decorators and these decorators provide the flexibility to wrap another function to expand the working of wrapped function without permanently modifying it. So in general, uh, in general, in decorators, functions are passed as an argument into the another function and then called inside the wrapper function. Okay, these are these are passed as the functions are passed as an argument to the another function. Okay, generally how the things work. If you want to define a function, if you want to declare function, you're gonna have def, then name of the function, let's say abc, then you will have code here, right? Here the code will be here, right? That's how the normal function looks like, right? Here you will pass the arguments like variables a, let's say I comma, okay, j. How many arguments are passed to this function now? Two, right? Okay, fine. So let's say I have one more function. Let's say uh, xyz as the name of the function. Here I'm gonna have code, and here I'm gonna have code. So here I'm passing uh, mm, v comma k. Okay, so here how many arguments I'm passing to the second function? One argument, two, right? Of course, if there is a comma operator, there will be two arguments, right? In the both the function we are passing two arguments. So here what are I comma j and v comma k? What are those, these four? I comma j and v comma k, what are these arguments? So in generally, what are these data types? Variables. These are variables, right? I can give any value to I. Okay, I is equals to 10, or j is equals to 30, k is equals to 40.5, and v is equals to 0.111, right? So here what are these I, j, k, v? What are these? Temporary variables which has the name I, j, k, v, which stores some value. That can be integer value or it can be a string, right? These are just variables. And here to the function, what are we passing? We are passing variables as the arguments, right? But in decorators, we will pass this whole function as an argument to the next function. Okay, so in place of v comma k, we gonna pass, what is the name of this function? ABC. Sorry. Okay, ABC. Okay, here ABC. Okay, it is called meta programming. Okay, so here what I did, here I'm just passing the whole function as the parameter to the as an argument to the second function. Are you getting? Are you getting? I'm giving the name of the function to the this function, second function. First function is ABC, second function is XYZ. So here I'm not passing any variables, but I'm passing the name of the function as an argument to the second function. This is called decorator. Okay. Let me give you one example for this. Are you getting, guys? Any issues? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I'm gonna take one function. See, um, one function. This is the func is the first. Here I'm gonna pass one msg as the name of the variable. Then I'm gonna print that message msg. Okay, this is first function. Okay, now I'm calling that first function. In the message, I want to pass as hello, who's in tech knowledge. Right? Okay, this is the string which I am passing to this variable. MSG is the variable name. To this variable, I am passing this. If I run this now, see, I'll get the hello Hussein technology. Okay, this is the thing. This is first function, guys. Let me take second function, function function 2. So for this second function, I'm gonna assign the properties of first function. So if I want to assign this, just I need to give the name of the function. That's it. See here, run this, nothing. So it says function 1 is missing one argument. So, okay, sorry. So it says now this function 2 consists every property of this function 1. I'm just passing this name of the function as the here we are copying the function 1 data to function 2. Okay. So here let me modify function 2 data. Okay. Here I'll say um, something else. Welcome to the sessions. So this is the second one. Okay. 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 If I run this now, see it. So it has printed both the it has printed both the functions. So what is happening here in the sense here we are creating a function and passing few parameters and passing we are one parameter here argument that is msg. Then what is happening in this line we are just printing in the second line. When it comes to fourth line here we are printing the data of the first function, whatever the data which is in the first function we are just passing this whole string as a value to this msg. This msg will get execute and that will be printed on the console for the first function. And here what I'm doing, I'm we are just copying the function 1 data to function 2. Okay, then what is happening here? Here we are printing the data of the function 2. So what here are we declared any kind of variable to function 2? No, we are not declared. We have just cloned function 1 to function 2. Okay, this is decorator. So in this a simple program, we can run the code. It given the same output for the, I mean, different output, but in a similar way. The function 2 referred to the function 1. This function 2 referred to the function 1 and acts as a function. This function 2 is generally this func2 is just a variable name. Okay, because as we know, without having open and close parentheses we will not consider that as a function, and we know that, right. Let's say abc, is this a function or a variable name? Any? No, how No, this is not a function. The function should have open close parenthesis. This is just a variable. ABC is just a variable. So in the similar way, function func2 is just a variable, but this variable holds the properties of or data of function 1. But what is actually function 1? Function 1 is actually a function. Fun c1 is actually a function. The properties will be cloned to function func2, that is function 2, to the variable. Now this variable will act as the function. Okay, there are two things to keep in mind. The function can be referred and passed to a variable and returned from other function as well. So what I'm saying here, the function can be referred, the function can be referred and passed to a variable. The function, this function can be referred to function 2 and passed to a variable, that is this variable func2, and return from other functions as well. So this function's properties will be returned to this function. And the second one is the functions can be declared inside of the another function. So the functions, this function is declared under this function and passed as an argument to the another function. That is the main property of decorator. So I'll give you one more example, which will have inner function methodology. Okay. So let me take this into the braces. So we'll have an example with a inner function method. So for the function, you will have, let's say f is the function. This is the first function. So inside of this, here we have just created a function and passing the parameter. We haven't passed anything as the parameter. So we'll have a print statement. Let's say function 1. Okay. Function 1. Next, we are inside of function 1 now. I'm gonna have one more function. Let's say uh, for, for this, let me give f1. Now we're gonna have f2 as the name of the function. Then we are in the function 2. Okay, I'll have one more statements as function 2. Next, I'm going to have one more function f3. For this also I'll have one print statement. So this is main function, parent function, child function, subchild function. In simple words, we are we have this function comes under this f2 function comes under f1. So f1 is the parent function. So here f1 is the main function. For f1, f2 will be the inner function. For f2, f3 will be the inner function. For f1, both f2 and f3 are considered as the inner functions. First I need to call this function. Which is the first function should I call? Whatever the function which is here ending up. So here I'm gonna call f3. Next, come out of the loop, f2. Sorry, f2. Yes, come out of the loop. Now f1. Let's see. Let's run this. See here. Yeah, let's say if you want to call f1 here, okay? If you want to call f1 here, okay? That's what you are saying, right? Okay. So we have jumbled f1 to f3, f3 to f1. We have swapped. See what it says? F3 is not defined because the scope is gone. Only this function scope will be till this only. You see this line? You see this line here, right? You cannot call it out of the scope. So here you should call f3 only. Okay. One second, guys. I got a call. Just 1 second. Give me 1 second. Just give me 1 second. Sikand. చంపినావు. చేసింటే ఇప్పుడు కాదులే, ఇంతకుముందు ఆఫీస్ నుంచి బయలుదేరేటప్పుడు చేసింటే. పర్లేదు శ్రీకాంత్, నో వరీస్. మళ్ళీ అయ్యా ఇక్కడ క్లాస్ చెప్తాను శ్రీకాంత్. 8 to 9 కదా క్లాస్ కదా. సరే శ్రీకాంత్, అయిపోయిన తర్వాత కాల్ చేస్తా. ఓకే శ్రీకాంత్. Sorry for that delay, guys. Okay. So here you got the logic, right? So this function scope is still this one. This F2's function scope is till this one. This F3, simple logic, guys. If you want to call this function, you should come out of the loop, right? In the beginning of the sessions, we have discussed with this. If you want to call this function F3, you have to come out of the loop, right? This is the loop. Right now you are in F3, right? Function 3. You should come out of the loop very parallel to that def function, and then you have to call the same, you have to call the function with the name of the function with the same one. You have to come out of the loop, right? In the similar way, for F2, if you want to call from here, it won't accept. You have to, that function call should be very parallel to the def keyword. If you want to call F1, this F1 should be very parallel to def. Are you getting? For this F2, this def, see, def and F2, def and F3. See here, this def and F3. So these should be, when you are calling the function, that should be very parallel to the def keyword. Very blind logic. Okay, are we good? Okay. mm. Mm. Where? F3, where here? Here, here. In place of F1, we can place F3. No, right? Yeah, for F1, for this F1 function, where is the def? Here. For F1 function, if you want to call F1 function, wherever this function is declared or defined, where it is declared? Here, in this line. And F2 is declared in this line. And F3 is declared in this line. Def keyword. Okay, that particular, the corresponding def keyword should be parallel. For F3, this def keyword is the parallel one. For F2, this def keyword is the parallel one. For F1, this def keyword is the parallel one. Are you getting? I cannot call from F1 to F3. Under F3, I cannot call F1 or nor F2. I cannot call. Okay. This is called inner looping. Inner functions. Okay. Not looping, inner functions. Are we good? Others, guys? Okay. Another example for the decorators. Okay, fine. Okay. Let's say, okay. Okay, fine. I'll give you one more example. Just give me a simple example. Yeah. So we'll have the function. If you want to start a function, def is the must and should keyword. Let me have ABC as the name of the function. Here, I'll pass any A as the variable, one parameter. Then I'll return my result with the text. Sorry, that A dot upper. So here I'm using upper method. So whatever the text you will give, that will be converted into upper text means lowercase to uppercase. Okay, here now I am out of the function. Right now I am in the function, guys. Oh, sorry, I'm in the function. Right now I'm in the function. Okay, now I came out of the function def keyword. Now I will have one print statement. So this print statement, what will have? I need to call it. So before, so I need to call this ABC function, ABC, and the text, whatever the text you will give. Here I'm gonna give now welcome. All small letters, guys. It will take this as an argument that will be stored. Here what will happens? Now A will have this, A will have what? Welcome, right? And when it comes here, this will be converted into upper cases, which means now A consists this one. So when I call this function with the value after, I'll, okay, now uh, I have already called. So let me print this. So it says nothing. So I need to store it somewhere. I need one object to store this result. Let's say B is my variable. Now I will print that B. Print that B. Right? So welcome. You got this? Are you getting any confusions? Okay. So here, uh, yes, this is, yes, yes, yes. This is normal function. Okay, this is normal function. Now I'm gonna convert this function into a decorator. Okay, let me show you how. So here I'm gonna pass the value. This value, this value I'm gonna pass to this variable. Okay, this whatever here I have just called it. Okay, here I have just called it, and that will be passed. Same thing, you need to get the same output, right? This is decorator. So here you are not going to pass the value to the actual function, but instead you will create one more function. This let's say CBA, say CBA. So here I have stored the value of this value. Stored the, now I am just calling the function, but we are taken one reference function, that is CBA is a one more reference function. To this function we gonna pass our value. Whatever the value you want to pass to this A, you will mention up here. If you execute, that will be converted, it will go pass to A, and this A will be converted using upper inbuilt method. Whatever the text or string which you have assigned to this A variable, that will be converted into upper cases, that is capital, all caps welcome. That will be returned to this function. That will be that return function result will be stored to this variable, and that will be called up. Now here we are calling this function in the second statement. Any doubts, guys? Okay, fine. So this is about decorators. Okay. Let's say we have okay. This is about decorator, guys. Next we will have a look on generators.